Close the deal, baby. Let's go. I get so good with people, I can say whatever the hell I want to.
Chris, Big Bag Gilmore, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
Hey, y'all, this is Chris Big Bag Gilmore out of Dallas, Texas. If y'all know who this is Mr. Big Bag himself. We say he runs away with the bag underneath his arm. 78K is what some of y'all might recognize him from. The Mr. 78K. He had one wholesale assignment fee that totaled $78,000. And Chris is actually inside of my inner circle. He's a member of my cold calling course. And right now, Chris is in his bag. So for like to start out the year, Chris was kind of on a little bit of a struggle. Had one. What was it? How many months did you go, Chris? How many months was it?
Almost 4 months. Almost 4 months from like
Okay.
November to February.
So Chris was like on a 4 month, maybe a little bit longer, because I think that he's trying to shorten it now. I think he's like, it went from like 6 months to 4 months or something like
Yeah,
that. But he
yeah,
had one on a drought, and he was financially in a tight spot, struggling, man. Like most people get, you start getting desperate. You feel like this business might be just something that you might have to put on the back burner, and you might have to go back and figure something out. So Chris was like in that position. He was thinking like, man, he actually got on one of my IG lives with me. He was like, this isn't working, and I'm probably gonna have to start going and doing Uber or Lyft and trying to make sure I can provide for my family. He later opened up to me that he was even donating blood, that he was down to his last dollars, completely struggling financially, looking for those deals. And one thing that I said, and I hope that he always remembers is to put in the work and look for the process, not the results. If you pay attention to the results, you'll get frustrated. You need to stay attentive to your actual process. And Chris took that downturn and what he was feeling like he couldn't do, and he turned it into a $200,000+ run. So Chris is like Mr. 200K now, because now he's literally went from not being able to close a deal to not only getting into the 100K club, but $200,000 in money in like the last 60 fucking days. So in like 60 days, my man has really changed his whole everything around. I'm talking about from $500 in his bank account or less to six figures 2 times. So I really wanted to bring Chris up here to give him some love, because he's been working his ass off, and he's been getting the results from his hard work. And it's important for people to understand that even though you might not be exactly where you want to be financially in the moment, you might not be getting the results that you like right now in the moment. One of the things that you can always look forward to is that if you stay consistent to the process, man, all this stuff can turn for you real quick. And in a very, very short time, my guy went from donating blood to actually crushing it, and has like potentially $70,000 more in escrow waiting to close. So my boy has literally turned his whole life around in a
yeah.
matter of months. So I really want to just bring him up here and tell him a great job. But you guys, I wanted you also to see, like, this stuff is possible, and Chris isn't doing anything different. He's not anybody special. He's just out here sticking to the process and remaining consistent. And one thing I admire about Chris is that when Chris started making money, he didn't feel like he had to hold on to the money. He actually went back and reinvested into himself. As a matter of fact, he reinvested very heavy into himself after he got his deal, and you continue to see more and more results that flow after that. So mindset is definitely a major, major key when you go and you start going through life and you get to these obstacles, and a lot of it becomes mental for us. And Chris, I'm happy for you, man, because now you've got to that point where you're starting to see that when you literally switch your mindset from the scarcity mentality to an abundance mentality, how much amazing stuff you can have happen for you. So I'm going to let you wrap to the people and tell them just a little bit about what you've been going through, man. What it's been like the journey from like truly struggling to what you got going on now, and what you doing, man. Tell everybody who you are, and I gave them already a long version, but you got it.
Yeah. So y'all forgive me. I got a lot of backlash from my first video because people tell me like, man, I'll be jumping off the wall if I made 78K, and I'm working on my personality, getting out of my laid back stage. But yeah, I'll be honest. Tony had to cuss me out a lot and get on me because I guess sometimes I don't go as hard.
Hold on, you're breaking up, Chris. Hold on 1 second.
My phone going low too. Golly. Can you hear me good now? Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hey, bring me a charger. What was I saying? Yeah, pretty much. I've been out here grinding, man. I still drive for dollars every day. I'm never satisfied. I guess that's why I'm so calm and collected. I'm never satisfied. I'm always trying to shoot for the moon and hope I land amongst the stars. And you see I'm right here with Tony. He requested me this time. I request him. First time I came along. Appreciate it. Thank you. First time I came on here, I had requested him. But it's just a blessing to be able to see the fruits of your labor. And get out of here, man. What's going on? It's just a blessing to be able to see the fruits of your labor. One thing I always tell people is and I'm not going to give away nothing about the cold call, of course, but, just mirror people. Body language, mirror people, everything, when you get in front of them, and man, I'm trying to work on boosting my personality, bro. I'm trying. He told me.
I told Chris, man, I said he is the worst testimonial ever.
I'm trying to work on it, man.
I've never seen somebody that went from $500 in his bank account. He probably didn't even have $500. I think he's lying to me. But this guy was telling me that, man, Tony, man. Backstory. I'm rewinding back a little bit. So when Chris first came on the live that he requested me, we were actually having a conversation about purchasing courses and stuff of that nature. And Chris had told me that he had purchased a course in the past, and then he charged it back. So he had put hashtag chargeback in the actual in the chat box at the bottom. And I was like, man, let me get this dude in here, man, and see what he's talking about. Because I was like, there's no way like this old ghetto nigga shit here. Like, we got to address this right now. Like, I'm like, bro, like, you can't never get none of my shit because you charge back on me. I'm gonna come look for you. But in all seriousness, I was talking about the mentality of like how we get to be successful is by literally avoiding like all those things, man. Like feeling like you got to get over, doing things ethically. Like so many things, and through life we have so many flaws because we like always trying to cheat stuff and get over. And I really challenged Chris just like mentally to go and do the things that he felt like he was doing on a more intense level. I was like, if you're not getting the results that you want, you need to double down, triple down, Like this thing, it shouldn't be where it's a oh now I gotta evacuate and go jump to another plan of action. It needs to be I need to put more focus on running after what I want my life to look like every day.
Yeah.
And just in a matter of like 1 week, like you had like what 7 deals in 5 days. You
Yeah.
went from like absolutely not getting anything to 7 deals in 5 days. And the good part about what you did is you came right back and you invested in me. You was like, hey man, I want you to to show me the way and ask to be a part of my inner circle. And then from there, man, the continued success like of seeing like now that I'm investing into myself that the money is now coming back even more than I ever imagined. So I really wanted just to kind of bring you on here because people need to understand, you know, it doesn't take a long time. So when I put out the 100K Club and the blueprint, it wasn't because like I was like giving out something that like most people don't understand or think is challenging. We just need sometimes a little bit of structure. We need to see it works. We need to see people who look like you and I that we know that they're doing something that literally if I follow that same system, it'll work for me too.
Yeah.
And then like watching you go out here now and go from where you told me you had never made over $50,000 in your entire life.
Not 35.
Okay, so excuse me, he had made over $35,000 in his entire life. He's never made over $35,000 in his entire life.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, what he's invested with me personally, he invested almost what he's made almost in a full year in his life. And in addition to that, he's over 200 plus $1,000. We're going to make it over $500,000 by the time we hit Vegas in November.
Yeah.
So we're talking about really bringing in the bag. And this isn't any cap. This isn't any, oh, I'm going to hype somebody up. This is real life results. He's in my lead genie company. In the deal that he has from my lead genie company, 20K?
25.
$25,000 deal. He's been with Lead Genie for 2.5 weeks. Is that 3 weeks now? So
Yeah.
he's been with Lead Genie for 3 weeks now. It's 25K on a $500 investment that he made inside of Lead Genie. So sometimes people don't understand the value in investing into yourself. We look for like instant results all the time. Sometimes it doesn't come right away. But guess what? When you start putting your marketing dollars and your money where your mouth is, what happens is now everything starts lining up to where all that money and all those deals and all that hard work you put in start just matriculating right into that good space. And now you're right now talking about almost 230 plus $1,000, where just 90 days ago you had less than $500 in your bank account.
Yeah.
So talk about how quick everything's changed for you and your family and the ability to provide for your family at home. Like, what's it like from going from like $35,000 is like all you got all year long to now that's like you got that in the bank.
It feel real good to have options. It's nothing like walking out of the house and your kids like, where you going to look at a house? Your kids know that you're going to handle business, and it's nothing like it just does something for, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, that deals with anxiety, that it's just being a man, period. It's hard being a man, period, providing for I got a 5-family household, you know what I'm saying? And it's nothing like being able to go pull out 10, 20 in cash and set it on the table and let your kids touch it. That's an amazing feeling where, it boosts your confidence when you hear your sons and your daughter say, "Oh, daddy, the man," daddy got it. And we go on vacation and we still have a budget, but it's like we're being able to do things that we want to do. We see bills and it's still high or whatever, but we're able to take care of it, and we're able to speak life into people. I'm able to write goals down, and I'm actually seeing these goals come true. And then, take me for example. When you go sit down with these people, act like you got it. I saw a quote from Will Smith that says, God places the best things on the other side of fear. Whatever you're scared of doing, man, go for it. That's how I got that 78K. You know, I didn't want to go in a certain neighborhood. I didn't want to go drive for dollars because when I first got on here with Tony, I said, you know, I don't like driving for dollars because it could be deceiving to the eye. And he was like, you know, still do it. It works. It worked for me. It works. So I just kept doing it. And I started getting out the car talking to people. You know, so now, you know, I can sit down, and when I go sit down at appointments, I don't want to see the house right away. I want to sit down and talk to you for a minute, you know. So that's the thing. It's a show called My 600-Pound Life. You ever watched that?
No, I've heard of it, but I never watched it.
Man, so I don't like it, but I heard what he tells people is get out of whatever made you gain all that weight. So he tell people to get out of that environment. So it's pretty much whatever you're scared of, get away from it. Whatever is keeping you in that same hole that you in, get away from that and go towards whatever you're scared of. Go towards that. Go towards that fear. The next live I told Tony I'm gonna take a Red Bull and I'm gonna get super hyped because I'm not good with actually, you know, it's my personality. I'm just laid back. And it worked, man. I put on my pants one leg at a time. Y'all see, I'm still rough out here. I'm still me. But follow this man right here because, and I'm gonna get off here, man, because you know they call me Chris the Crybaby now. But real talk, man. This cat, he done been a huge blessing to me and my family, man. For real talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I already know, brother. It's a salute.
I appreciate it. Oh, real talk.
Real talk. Look, it makes me feel good to know that for one, when I know what you was going through and how you felt in January, that you don't have to feel like that now, bro, that's everything, man. So I'm glad that you trusting in me has given you so much more. That's the big thing for me is you trusting in me. So you trusting in me and letting it hit you to where you had to feel that pain. You had to feel that uncomfortable moment where you're giving the blood. You're giving your all to try to provide for your family, but then you were doubting if you were making the right decisions, if you were following the right path.
Yeah.
And then after that, you go, hey, look, I'm going to buy into it. And you bought in. You bought all the way in, literally.
Yeah.
And now your life is literally going the exact opposite direction, man. I'm extremely proud of you because when we talk, we don't talk about just real estate. We talk about life. We talk about family.
Yeah.
Being the right example, because one thing for me is that I told you directly I wasn't always the right example. So one thing that I'm extremely proud of is providing and being an example that I can feel like my children can look up to and feel proud about.
Yeah.
So the beyond that you're making the more money, right? I think you're also becoming a better man. You can love and now you can provide a little bit better. You can do things that make you now feel more whole as a person. So I feel more empowered by helping Black brothers like you, man, that trust into a process and don't doubt it the entire way. And we have so much fun along the way. I joke and I tease with you. I mean, you know, this thing to me isn't about just the money. It's about what are we doing as far as touching the person, making an impact. You know, how's that now allowing you to have a life that makes you feel happy about what you got going on? Me and you talking yesterday, and you're talking about, hey man, I got a $10,000 summer vacation budget for my family, and how good that makes you feel to be able to have that type of, ability to be able to do that without even having to stress.
Yeah.
So, you know, don't feel bad about being a crybaby. Being vulnerable is what makes people respect you more than everything.
Yeah.
You know, I take a lot of pride in making sure that people can see, not that I'm just some old big brolic guy, but I'm extremely vulnerable. I'll let people know that, hey man, I've been through things just like most people have. But what we do is we don't let those things define us in a negative way. We let it be how we reach out and help more people. That's why we say it's our turn, man. That's why y'all need to drop that hashtag right now. It's our turn.
Yeah.
Man, we in 2019, we're gonna stop all this, divisive, stuff, and we start coming together, man. We come together, man. Man, dude, you've already made 200 grand more than you made in your entire life in a year. Man, it's like we're barely touching the surface.
Yeah.
We're barely touching the surface, man. It's like so much more that you're gonna be able to get out of this thing, man. And it's not just about the ability to have the money, it's about the freedom. I tell Lupi that all the time. Man, the freedom, the peace of mind where like now I'm not stressing about where I'm at, if I'm able to make a move, if I'm able to make a decision, if I gotta be okay to say yes or no to be able to make a move because my finances are dictating my freedom.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's what this thing is all about. Like, that's why I put so much into this stuff. A lot of people do it for just the money, man. I make a lot of damn money. Yeah, I make money. I got courses, all that stuff. But when I know that I can talk to you, like what people don't see is like when I really call you and curse your ass out and tell you to get on your stuff. And how serious I am about the little things, about being a good person at home, taking care of the loved ones and everything else. People don't understand that part because I'm big into we can make money. We can talk about making money all day long, but the biggest thing for me is let me make sure that I'm making an imprint on you that I can make sure you never retrace the steps I made. Because we had those and those are more important to me than anything. I never want somebody to retrace the steps I made because we normalize certain things in our lifestyle. We normalize disrespect. We normalize domestic violence. We normalize, ain't nobody gonna talk to me a certain way. Those are the things to me. When I talk to each and every person that I come around, I want to make sure that they have a positive impact and something. And when they leave from me, that I know that I'm making a life better. Like, yeah, I made you more money, but I know I made your life better.
Yeah.
Like as a person, as a man, like that's what when we talk, that's what matters to me most. I told you, bro, if you break a couple of these things, I'll cut you off and we can't deal.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. And you know that. I mean it.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing for me is making sure the message that I deliver to you is one about doing the right things and not making excuses for anybody else, man. So like I'm extremely thankful for guys like you that give me a voice and let my voice be heard and trusting in my voice to now give you the ability to go out here now and provide for your family and give hope to so many other people because this ain't just about me and you anymore. I say that all the time. It's not just about me.
Yeah.
Every time I look at this shit, I know it's bigger than me. I used to think just about me and how it impacted me as an individual. Man, then I see people all over the place that recognize me, that say, hey, man, what you're doing has inspired me to make me feel like it's possible. Then I look at a guy like you, right, who just not too long ago was probably just as similar as I was. I was in that spot where I was financially strapped, didn't know what the hell I was going to do, doubting everything. And in a matter of time, everything changed quickly. And look how quickly it changed for you. Yours is happening so fast, man. It's unbelievable. So I'm telling everybody that's on this live, man, if you're not where you at, don't panic. Don't quit. Trust in yourself, man. Remain consistent in the process. I'm telling you right now, this shit is possible. You can change your life in a matter of a few minutes. Make the decision to go all in. Commit to the process. You can go all in. Yeah, you might not be exactly where you want to be. The process is there. Enjoy the process.
Yeah.
I promise you, man. It happens to people every single day. They buy in and then their life changes. This man's life has literally changed. But it can't be just about the money. If you make it just about the money, you're going to be stuck forever.
Yeah.
It's a whole mindset. It's a lifestyle. You buy into the lifestyle. This is what you're doing. You're committed to it all in. Stuff starts flowing right behind it.
Oh. Yeah, man. Now I literally look for people to help. Like, one of my new goals is looking for people in the grocery store, single moms or whatever, that's putting groceries back. My goal is to walk up them like, put it all back in the cart and to look out for people, and you know, people calling or inbox me or ask to meet up, man, and I try my best to get around to them. You know, when you say mirror you, bro, I really try my best to mirror you, and you doing some big things for it's, you know, once you touching one and then that person chasing 1,000, man. So
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, man.
yeah,
I wanted to be able to have the impact and the ability to say, hey, man, you know, I might not have been always proud of everything I did in my life, but I know the way I move right now, the things I do right now are more important than any mistake I ever made in the past.
yeah,
And I know that if I can provide and give you something that can help you empower yourself and your family and the people that you reach, and we all just keep spreading that love, man, we're gonna do our own part to make it a better community for everybody, man. So we winning, like everybody gonna win together. That's my mindset. Like I don't get caught up in the competition shit. Like everybody's got a lane. It's a lane for everybody to win. And man, I'm just like, I'm so proud of your fucking consistency, your dedication. And then now, like, I'm seeing you turn that whole thing into like a machine, bro. It's like now you getting there. We putting pieces together every single week, man. We just upped it up a little bit more, right?
yeah,
Now we got the callers and we got like we just upping this thing up more and more. Where I'm trying to put you on autopilot pretty soon. I want to have you getting them checks while you know, we just gonna be cashing out.
yeah.
I want you to feel it, man, and you already starting to see the results of what's happening, brother. I'm extremely proud of you. Thank you for coming up here and sharing because so many people needed to hear and see an amazing comeback story because that's what you are, man. You had a rough start, but that's a hell of a comeback, and now you're gonna have a lot of people that have somebody that they can look at and say, okay, Chris did it, and I can do it too. And that's a big deal. You
Yeah.
need to make sure that you continue to do what we talk about, and you can be an example for so many other people, man. Great job, Chris. Extremely proud of you. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my boy Chris Gilmore. He's lazy as hell, but he is killing it right now. Um, dude is on the way to $500,000 or beyond from just having less than $500 in his bank account at the beginning of the year. I'm gonna ask for a screenshot of that bank account because I bet you it was less and he just didn't want to say it. But
Yeah.
I'm proud of you anyway. And bro, we just getting started.
Appreciate you, bro.
I know, brother. See you soon, man. I'll let you.